What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today we're meeting another young adult that, well, I can't really call him an adult, more like a young kid that really isn't able to grasp becoming an adult, and he just refuses to get a life of his own. So what's his plan? He thought, yo, I might as well mooch off my mom for the rest of my life. That's a good idea, right? Well, make sure you keep watching until the end of this one, because this man is just ridiculously childish, and it's kind of hilarious to see how little he understands about being an adult. Without further ado, let's move on to the intro.
Well, Vera says her 21-year-old son lives with her, doesn't work, sits at home all day, watches TV, and feels she should take care of him since he did not ask to be born.
Oh no, not this stuff again. Is he gonna sue his own mom like that guy I covered a month or two ago? Dude, nobody is forcing you to do anything, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't at least take some initiative in your life and get it started now that you're an adult. He's pulling the, I didn't ask to be born, so now I think my mom should support me all of her life card, and I just don't buy it, alright? Nobody asks to be born, that's not possible. You cannot get consent from someone that isn't born yet, whether or not they want to be born, but you should at least have enough love for your mom to where you can recognize that you're kind of ruining her life by making her take care of you as a fully grown adult. I mean, you can't at least get a part-time job and pay some bills, I don't know, to ease her stress, and at least pay for your own food? Like, come on, dude, be a big boy. Your mom shouldn't have to treat you like a 5-year-old anymore when you're in your 20s.
Now, Michael says he is good at staying calm at the beginning of an argument with his mother, but then she pushes him to the edge, and he's known to react.
He's known to react. What the heck does that mean? How about you chill out, bruh? I never got people that lash out and like hit their moms, and like that's just one of the scummiest things that you could ever do that I could think of. Yet some people out there do it because they just don't know how to control their own emotions and keep them in check. Talk it out, man. You don't have to settle everything with violence, especially towards the person that gave birth to you. Well, I guess in this case, that's more of a curse than a blessing to him. Maybe that's why he hates her so much, because she's probably like the biggest enemy to him, the person that gave life to him. Even though he wouldn't have food or clothes or a roof over his head without her, but I digress.
You said that she didn't teach you manners and didn't teach you certain things. Did anybody ever tell you that you're not supposed to hit a woman?
I don't like taking abuse, especially from women.
Yeah, bro, isn't that like the one thing that you should be taught as a young male child? I mean, some people might be out here screaming, down with the patriarchy. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean you can't hit me, but I mean, no man should be hitting a woman, period. I don't care what you say. I mean, if you are needing to defend yourself and you've been struck before, I guess that kind of blurs the lines, but it's not like his mom is out here boxing with this dude. He's probably just too immature to be able to talk it out, so he resorts to hitting her sometimes or resorts to violence, which makes him such a trash person, like I cannot even explain that. Speaking of being a trash person, let's hear some of the things that he has said to Dr. Phil, which he went and compiled for us right here on stage. Trust me, boys, it's a real treat.
Well, I wrote down some of the things you said, and I want to get this in context. You said she's very dramatic about the cancer. You said she just wanted to about how much pain she's in.
Yep, you heard that correctly. This dude's mom has cancer and he claims that she uses it as an excuse. Bro, how about you deal with cancer, which is probably one of the worst things that you could ever go through as a human, and you try to not ever complain about discomfort or pain from it and from your chemotherapy. What a moron, dude. Like, how could you continue to be that mean to your own mom and be so spiteful who has cancer, and then flip it around on her and blame your acting out on how, quote, annoying she is when she complains about said cancer? This dude is just such an absolute scumbag.
If I was just sitting here smoking a cigarette and died, that'd be awesome. I'm an online troll. If women want equal rights, then they're going to get hard lefts.
Yikes, I can tell this guy definitely spends a lot of time on certain 4chan boards. You know, when someone talks like this, they've spent a little bit too much time on the internet bickering with people about politics, and it's just so cringy to see, man. But, I mean, with that facial hair, I don't know what else I expected. That goatee just screams, I hate taxes and the government, yeehaw! I love how he laughs a little when Dr. Phil repeats what he said about being an internet troll. If you're openly talking about how you're an internet troll, you probably are the most annoying type of person to ever talk to, and have absolutely no life at all. Who openly admits to that outside of the year 2011 when haha epic troll face memes were actually in style? Nobody says the word troll unironically anymore. Come on, dude.
Michael says his mother's irrational, overly sensitive, always plays the cancer card. You know, you may be right. The good news about that is you don't have to subject yourself to that at all.
And ding, once again, Dr. Phil hits us with some big knowledge here. Big brain Dr. Phil back at it again. If this dude is complaining so much about having to hear his mom complain about her own cancer, which she is in her full rights to do, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but in my mind, when you get cancer, you kind of get a free complaint card, because I haven't suffered through that and hopefully never will, but I know firsthand just how brutal it can be. So yeah, I think you have some room to be mad and sad and all those emotions that come with it, so it's pretty immature of him to be lashing out at his mom all because she is going through this. But the fact is, if he's truly so tired of hearing it, why doesn't he just leave and move out on his own? It's not like he's not old enough to do that when he's 21. You're a full adult at that point, despite your mental age being around 11 or so, but I mean, why doesn't he just do that? Oh, that's right, because he's one of those anti-government morons that thinks that just because he doesn't believe in taxes that he can somehow live his whole life out. Look, bro, I don't like taxes either. You think I enjoy having to pay all that crap every year? Of course not. Nobody does, dude. But it's a part of the government that you live in, as well as governments around the world using the same system. So, as much as it sucks, you kind of got to just be a big boy and look past it and deal with it. Get a job and move out if your mom is bothering you that much, you big moron. Otherwise, shut up and be a good supportive son for once.
I think what you are is scared. And I think you're afraid that you're going to be rejected, and your attitude is just get them before they get me.
I get rejected a lot, plenty of times.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Facts, bro. There's a reason Dr. Phil has done this show for so long. It's because he knows how all this stuff works in our head, guys. I bet the reason this dude is such a loser and takes it out on his mom is mostly because he's worried that he's always gonna be this way, which is most likely going to be the case unless he gets his act together and gets a job and gets past all this anti-government stuff. He needs to kind of just move on and start his life in a positive way. I skipped over it, but this guy said his depression stems from not having enough money and being underpaid for his work. But you know, that's kind of a part of life, as depressing as that is. I don't know if you guys know this, but real life isn't always easy. But you know what? Going out there and at least having a job and some source of income is better than nothing at this point, and you have to start somewhere. You don't see people coming out of high school, or getting a GED in his case, and having all-star jobs in an amazing, fulfilling career. Nah, bro, you're gonna have to suffer through some pretty BS jobs in your early years before you have enough experience or connections to where you can actually get a real job. So Dr. Phil is basically saying, dude, you're a terrible person and your personality matches that. Look, nobody's gonna want to hire you or date you or even be your friend until you start working on this tough guy routine that you have built up in your head, because it's just not working. And I'm sure this guy thinks that he's charming because he's upfront and honest, which some people might like that and think that's charming, but it doesn't work when your ideals are trash and you bring down the vibe with your negative honesty all the time. Nobody will want to hire someone that just up and admits, I hate other humans and hate the fact that my mom gave birth to me. Like, actually, well, scratch that. He could probably have a really good career over at Hot Topic, since they probably all talk like that most of the time, but other than that, good luck getting a normal job with that attitude. You gotta brighten up and at least put on the illusion of enjoying yourself and others around you. Hey, you guys have watched pretty far into this video, so I'm gonna pause real quick and have you guys like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell in the next 5 seconds. And if you're fast enough, I'm gonna reward you with a mansion in the hills. Oh, side note, it's not in real life, alright? It's just a Minecraft house, but still, it's got an amazing view, trust me. Anyways, on with the rest of the video.
You've been very respectful with me today.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know you. And, you're supposed to be like a doctor type of person, so.
Yeah, let me just insult Dr. Phil on his own show. He puts air quotes around the doctor part. Yeah, it's not like he's been doing this show since you were like 5 years old, you doofus. But either way, this guy claims that he treats people how they treat him. Does that mean that his mom is just secretly the most spiteful, evil person on earth? Because it's kind of unfair how he's treating her if that's not the case. So far, she's been very quiet, but she seems like a very sweet and kind lady, not someone that is out here hitting her son and beating her like he claims, which is a pretty clear excuse for him to be hitting her, since he can just claim that it's self-defense, but not really when he's just a trash human being that doesn't know how to control his own anger.
And if I can get you with somebody to help you alleviate anxiety and depression and work with you from a life coach standpoint, would you not want that?
Oh yeah, of course.
So in the end, we kind of have a positive ending here. Sounds like Dr. Phil is going to get this guy some help that he needs mentally, because clearly with his depression and stuff, it's just turned him into the even worse version of himself. And I mean, from an outsider's perspective looking in, of course, I've only seen like 10 minutes of this guy, but as a first impression, it really doesn't seem like he's all that nice of a guy. He's kind of exactly what I expected a self-proclaimed internet troll to be like. It's sad to see that he just doesn't care about his own life, and as dark as this is, he's going to be absolutely screwed if that cancer does end up taking his mom's life. which it has a very good chance of doing considering she's in stage 4 of her own cancer. I mean, this dude doesn't have a job or anything to show for himself. I don't know, hopefully this guy gets the help he needs, because otherwise life is going to be very cruel to him in the future. The lesson here, guys, is don't think you're better than real life. Like, yeah, it might suck to grow up and realize you need a job, to start living on your own and all that stuff, but it really is just something you have to get adjusted to, as everyone else did, and that's how the world works. Your parents can't keep raising you forever, alright? Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.